So we're continuing here with our different transformations on linear functions. And if you haven't seen the other videos on the different transformations, please check those out. They're all within the same playlist. So we're continuing here with the translations, where this time we're looking at vertical translations of linear functions. And again, I'll start with a very general form so that if you have to apply this to a different type of function, you will know how to do this. So what is a vertical translation? When I say translation, I mean a rigid translation. That is, we move the graph of the function. In this case, it's f of x equals x is our parent function. It means that I will move it rigidly without bending, without changing slope or shape, no change in orientation. I'm going to move it either up or down by a specific amount. Now, to recap, we have always a parent function because we're looking at groups of functions or families of functions that can all be generated from one single parent function. And in this case, it is our linear function. So when we're looking at a transformation up or down, which a vertical translation, we're basically looking to add or subtract a specific amount from our function. So if we're going up, let's draw an arrow up, then our f of x will go to f of x plus whatever amount, and we've been using the example 2, so we'll continue with that. If we're going down, f of x will be transformed to f of x minus 2. So this is quite simple and pretty easy to follow. We don't even have to start with the table here. So if we look at our red function, which is our parent function, let's start at the origin at 0, 0. We're going to stay in the same x, but we're going to increase f of x by 2. So this is 2, so we go up to 2. Now we'll go to 1. This is x equals 1. Y equals 1 as well. But now y, or f of x, will go up to be 3 because we're adding 2. And so on. So we can go from each point, add 2 in the y direction, or the f of x direction. And in this manner, we basically move up to this red line, which is our transformed line, using a vertical translation up. What happens with a vertical translation down? Well, it's the same thing. If, say, we take this point here, x equals 5, instead of having y equals f of x equals 5, we will reduce that by 2. So we subtract 2, so we go down to here. The same goes for this point. We have x equals 4, but now our f of x is 4 minus 2, so it's just 2, so we move down 2. And so on, and we will end up on this curve here. So vertical translations are probably the easiest to understand. What's nice to point out in this case is that vertical translations and horizontal translations are basically two sides of the same coin. So we could go from this red curve here to the purple one here, either by translating to the right, having a horizontal translation to the right, or a down translation. So a vertical translation down. So these are equivalent, and it's very obvious in these graphs that we can go from one to the other with these simple transformations. So if this has been helpful, please like, and I'll see you in the next video.